Okay, so when it comes to estimating, sometimes all you get are some basic blueprints that don't have any measurements on it. So what you have to do in those situations, you want to take your pencil, preferably you've got one of these right here, and it'll have your inches on one side, and you're going to start reading through. Right here you see it's 5 feet 8 inches. Look at it. Looks like this is the longer side. If you're not sure, make both sides the longer side. We're doing an estimate. Within reason, we need to estimate towards the higher end of things. So I'm gonna write a 6 right there. I see we got a little nook there. All right, looks like about 1 or 2 feet. Okay, 2 feet. And then we see this bedroom. It's 12 feet by 11 feet. We're gonna put the longer side here, 12 feet. Then we see we got a gap here. It's about half of that. This is where you could use your little ruler and see, okay, yeah, it's about half, put a 6 there. We got a 19-foot 2-inch porch here. Go with 19. It also says 19 feet and 6 feet 1 inch right there. So we got 6, 6, and we got 19. For these porches, you gotta have one here and you have to have one here. They don't want the footers pulling apart. So you have to have a continuous set of rebar and footers going there. All right, we got another 12 foot here. Now it looks like we actually have a 1 foot nook right there. So you wanna add those in. We got 12 there. This customer wants to shave this garage off, make it smaller. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna draw it on here and we're gonna put our 24. It's a 24 foot by 33. I'm estimating this at about 10 feet. So it's gonna be 33 minus 10 gets us about 23 feet. Right here, we're at 6 feet 10 inches width. So I'm gonna round that up, call it 7. Right here, I don't know how big this spot is. I'm gonna call it 8. You can take your ruler and determine that. This looks to be about 4 feet. Once again, use your ruler, determine that. And you're gonna do that all the way around. On these porches, you count that, this, and that. And then you're gonna work your way around. This is a big house, so we can't just have footers on the outside. We also need them on the inside. We need footers on the inside. So you see this 26 here that I wrote. We're calculating from here to there. And on this side, you see 49. We're calculating from here to there. Use your ruler, get it as close as you can, and that's how we do that. These are the basics of how you do this. Now, you're gonna go on your estimator spreadsheet. You're gonna hit the equal sign. You're gonna use one hand for typing 6, the other hand for marking 2, 12, 6, 19, 6, 19. So on your spreadsheet, it's gonna have about 25 numbers equals 6 plus 2 plus 12 plus 6 plus 19, and so on. And then you can quickly, when you're getting ready to do the soffits, you can just do a copy paste and subtract out the spots. Like this is gonna have a roof over it. We don't need to put any soffits on there. So you don't have to worry about that. These little hash marks here, these are trusses. Like this stuff's gonna cost, this could cost another $3,000 or $4,000 to get these trusses in here. So make sure you estimate those in there. As you're going through, what I do is I'll do a left to right. So left to right mark through these as I count them all for the footers. And then I'll go back and I'll check on my sheet. And that's when I mark them off left to right. And then when I jump onto the soffits, I'll go opposite. I'll go like top to bottom. I'll just go the opposite way. So you can see when I calculated for the soffits, I clarified that I had subtracted these numbers out. And so you have an official X on the numbers that are out. And like on soffits, we don't need interior numbers for that, but it's the same number. That way you're doing this effectively, not taking all day. And that's it. And then when you're going to count your countertops, all right, so that's about 6 feet. Every countertop, we're gonna call it 2 feet. So 6 times 2 equals, we got 12 square feet there. 2 times 4 feet, we got 8 square feet there. That's all there is to this. We need to make sure the customer has picked his doors. If we see a pocket door, we count those expensive things as 2 because they're super expensive. Because we have to pay a skilled carpenter. Not even a framer won't do it. We have to put a skilled carpenter on it, so we have to count those as 2. Even we're estimating, so I know over here, I counted that as 2 doors. You should do the same. And right here, this isn't a door, it's just an opening, but I counted that as a door because I guarantee you, nobody wants to look at their messy pantry while they have company over. So yeah, he's gonna need a door there too. So there you have it. And this is how we do this. If you want to focus very hard on accurate numbers, because this is literally the foundation of the house, the most expensive part and the most likely spot to have an over cost. We basically run our numbers going 3 blocks high on our foundations. So if you notice your customer is going to be more than that, you need to let me know, and we need to put ×3 on the cinder blocks, or ×4. A cinder block is 8 inches tall.